for the last look. In normal times, yesterday evening's rally at a Tulsa, Oklahoma arena with Trump fans screaming out support for their hero would have seemed like any other campaign event. But these are unusual times, and the promised overflow of support never materialized. For those who did attend, temperatures were taken at the door, masks were distributed but not required, and it seemed that few attendees were wearing them, the president included. Oklahoma is one of the many red states experiencing an uptick in new COVID-19 cases. Daily new cases are up some 300% since the beginning of June. Similar spikes at much larger numbers overall can be seen in Texas, Florida, and Arizona. All states, by the way, that voted for Donald Trump. In fact, across the country, COVID-19 has moved from initial hotspots in densely populated Democratic strongholds like Seattle and New York into Trump territory. Take a look at this graph from the Washington Post. More and more new cases have been emerging in counties that voted for Trump, as the enormous numbers seen early on in the counties that supported Hillary Clinton begin to fall off. Part of this is the nature of the virus. It will spread first in heavily trafficked areas and then to the suburbs before eventually getting to rural areas. Those latter places, of course, tend to be more Republican leaning. But there's more to it than that. Everything from mask wearing to social distancing has become politicized. From the beginning, Republicans have been taking their cues from a leader who dismissed the science, proposed his own remedies, and explained that despite his own government's recommendations, he would not be wearing masks. Nor has he accepted a simple rule that all experts agree on: no large gatherings. Cell phone data analyzed by the New York Times in mid-May showed that residents of counties that voted for Trump were staying home much less than those in Clinton-supporting counties. To be fair, as many of these counties are far from urban centers, residents have to travel more for essential services. They are also less likely to have jobs that allow for working from home. But some Republican governors are also defying scientific warnings and reopening their economies without having mass testing in place. Even as infection rates hit new records in the thousands, states like Arizona and Florida are continuing with their plans to fully loosen restrictions. Meanwhile, President Trump claims that Democratic governors who have moved cautiously to open are doing so to hinder his re-election bid with a troubled economy. It is perhaps no surprise then that the US curve has never really dropped off in the way that the European Unions did. And remember, Europe is more densely populated than America. In fact, as numbers increase today, many experts say we are still in a first wave that was never really properly dispatched. From botched national testing efforts to mixed messages on masks, the US started off on the wrong foot, and it has never really caught up. Thanks to all of you for being part of my show this week. I will see you next week.